Pretty long day yesterday. Yesterday we received 4 new goats, and we didn't get finished until, I don't know, 11 o'clock last night, and even as I was starting to go into bed, I was hearing something messing with the chicks here. So very interesting day yesterday. So hopefully the goats are fine, and right here at the chicks, looks like they're doing fine as well. So we'll come back and tend to them later, but let's see how the goats, let's make sure they're okay. Make sure everything held up, because we were working in the dark trying to finish it up last night. So hopefully we have no escapees and no problems. Fence is on, should be doing its job, and look there. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. These are our dairy goat there, and our meat goats in the back, and they're in their fence, which I am very, very happy to see. That is excellent. Dog still barking in the background, confused, not sure what's going on yet. Actually, the plan is to integrate our dogs with the goats, to be protectors to them, and they're Australian Shepherds, so hopefully they would do their job with that. So we plan to begin that process soon, seeing what happens. Kind of like Greg Judy does. Overall, my goal with these goats is to have some goats that provide, our dairy goats, and hopefully a few more, to be able to provide milk for our family, as well as the meat goats to be able to provide a source of meat for our family as well, just to continue to be more self-sufficient and have more food security here on our homestead, to be able to care for ourselves and our family. Because you never know, we, especially through what we've learned through this crisis, we can't depend on the grocery store. It's always, and we shouldn't be. It's a fairly new thing when you look at the course of human history. So with everything that's going on, it has encouraged me even more to get with the program, man. My program, homesteading program. And I love to see that. Hop up there and eat that poison ivy. Come on. Another reason is to have an additional coworkers here with us on the homestead. One of the things that I have learned with working with the chickens and ducks that we have here, and the animals that we have here, is that not only are they producing something for us as the end goal, but they're also co-workers with us, managing the environment. So I've been really looking forward to bringing the goats on to eat the poison ivy, to help us to better manage and care for the land that we have here to manage and work on. It's pretty exciting to think about, as well as the milk and the meat. What about you guys? Have you ever had goat meat before? Let me know in the comment section below. I have. It's been a number of years since we've had it. I had it when we were in Jamaica before for, I think we spent about 10 days in Jamaica, and we had some goat meat, and let me tell you, it was really neat. I was a little hesitant on eating it first, but it's fantastic. Well, there's a couple things I need to do here with the goat still. One is I need to separate the little one from its mom, so it's not drinking up all her milk, because it's old enough that it doesn't need to nurse anymore. And I also need to come through with her weed eater and just make sure we clean off the line where the fence is, so there's no contact with the grass and other things. We did a somewhat decent job, but I'm just going to clean yesterday, but we're going to clean up even more to make sure just to tidy it up. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
What are you eating, man?
Pizza.
You eating pizza for breakfast? That's not normally on the menu. You having some kind of special treat?
He woke up this morning and I said, "You've been sleeping a long time. You slept through dinner." And he goes, "Are you gonna order pizza for me tonight?" Then I said, "No, I saved you some from last night."
Oh, that's right. We had pizza with Evan and his wife last night after we worked on the goats. But before that, Micah fell asleep, so he missed out. So I guess it's only fair that you can have some pizza right now, right? At first I was like, this must be King Micah. He's just having pizza for breakfast and whatever he wants.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. We got it. We don't need no more. Even in our hard times, you and I can weather any storm.
All right, well, that is done. I have gotten rid of pretty much all of the grass that was coming into contact with the wires there. So that way we'll make sure that our fence has a full shock. So that there will be a shocking experience to anything that comes into contact with it. And I look forward to the goats coming in here and cleaning this up and just helping us to manage and take care of this area. And also I think I need to come here. I am going to go ahead and come through here next with the lawn tractor and just mow this down this grass, because this is the area that our cornice crosses are making their way out to, and we'll bring them onto here, and they actually will come on here for the next few weeks before we harvest them. So we don't want the grass to be too tall, because you want it to be a certain, once it starts getting too tall, it's harder for the chickens to munch on it and eat on it. But when it's lower and it's a nice manageable, you don't want to be too low either, but when it's at a nice manageable height, they can eat on it much better. So grass like this is too tall for them as we're bringing the chicken tractor through here. Ideally we want something around in this height. Alright, so I got the area mowed near the goats and where we're going to be putting the cornice crosses here in the near future. That done, as well as some other areas. So I got the mowing done. But I like that saying in the commercial, it's not how well you mow, it's how well you mow fast. I'm not promoting anything, but I just think that commercial is pretty cool. Speaking of the cornice crosses, I need to move them onto fresh grass. Each time that I move them, they get used to it more and more. But one thing I do to kind of keep them away from the sides and the back, kind of tap it as I'm pulling the chicken tractor. Just notice that has helped kind of get them to go where they want to go. And the more they eat grass, the more they see that fresh grass come, they'll start running towards the front of it as well. Well, we've had a lot of rain here recently, and today and tomorrow is actually forecasted for some more rain. So there's some areas that we're wanting to work on to grow some things. But so we need to do some more things for shaping the soil and tilling it up here where we were doing our permaculture orchard and pulling some roots out. So just kind of keep the water out so that way it won't slow us down even more. I'm gonna go ahead and cover it with a tarp. All right, our tarps aren't long enough to cover the whole thing completely, so we're having to use a couple tarps to make it work. And whoops, we just overlapped this smaller one here with the big one, so the rain should just run off more this way. That's the goal, at least. Hopefully we don't get any rain. I think we could be good for rain for a couple, probably 2 to 3 weeks with all the rain that we've gotten recently. But it is what it is. But one of the things we have to do in here, or the main thing we have to do in here, is shape this bed and get a lot of these items up, add some compost to it, and just get it looking nice before we can actually plant it. So that's going to be a few hours worth of work, and it needs to dry out a little bit more before that. So once the rain passes, the chances of rain passes, and we'll open it back up, and hopefully it'll be warmer too, where it help things just dry out. But it is lunchtime. I'm doing intermittent fasting, so I'm not eating breakfast in the morning. So a lot of times I only have some breakfast food for my lunch. So this time I think I want some cereal with the goat milk and a number of other things, but I'm eager to try the goat's milk. Super exciting, getting to try goat's milk for the first time from our homestead. It's pretty exciting. Just one more step towards our food security. Can't wait to try it. Haven't tried it yet. Yummy. I've had goat's milk before, but this one's a little bit sweeter than the goats that we had before. You want to try some?
Yeah. That's good.
It sure is. Tried it on my cereal right now too. You can eat a lot of junk cereal. I'm a big fan of cereal if you get a good kind. It's just something I like and do. And this one's really good. It actually has 7 grams of fiber in it, and very low sugar, organic, really good. So I got an interesting combination. Cereal, beef patties. I'm gonna eat some cilantro too. Gotta get some greens in there. Alright, so my brunch was yummy, even though it was quite an interesting one. Now we're heading out to milk the goat. And speaking of breakfast and cereal, what is one of your favorite cereals? Growing up, I hate to admit it, mine was Frosted Flakes. And I would actually add sugar to the Frosted Flakes. So the way I eat now is way different from that. But let me know in the comment section below, what is your favorite cereal that you like to eat?
That's a redbud tree.
All right, so the first thing you do is feeding her before we milk her?
Yes, if I can get her to eat some. She's not acting like she likes this feed. She's not super full, so I'm wondering if Basil has been nursing on her, because they're not as full as they were yesterday.
Okay.
Whenever I was milking with Kyra.
Yeah. Well, not much milk today, so we're gonna have to go ahead and separate Basil from his mother, so that way he's not nursing on it, taking our milk away. Besides, said, just mentioned, he's big enough that he doesn't need to nurse anymore. So go ahead and separate him, and hopefully I can get that done before it rains. But make sure you check back with us next time to see how much milk we get next time. Hopefully we get some. Stay tuned.